Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about different types of patterns. Now, regarding the definition of the pattern. So, pattern, it is a tool that is required in a casting process. So, that tool that is used to create a cavity in a molding sand. So, after pouring the molten metal into that cavity and after cooling and solidification, the object taken out from that molding box, that is called the casting. So the pattern, that is a tool that is used for creating a cavity in a molding sand. Okay. Now different types of materials that you can use for making the pattern. So you can use wood, you can use metal, you can use plastic, rubber, wax, plaster of Paris. That depends upon the requirements of the casting. Now regarding the types of patterns. So first type of pattern, it is a solid or single piece pattern. So as the name implies, it is called a single piece pattern, means it is just a single piece. So when the pattern, it is made without joints, without any parting lines, and without any loose pieces, that type of pattern, it is called a single piece. So this is the example, or this is the model, short model of the single piece pattern. Okay, so single piece pattern that can be removed very easily from the molding sand. You can see here. So this is the process. That is the second step of the casting process. So this is the box after inverting or after roll over of the track. So this is the pattern. So single piece pattern that can be removed very easily from the molding sand. So when there is no any joint, no any parting line required, and no any loose pieces, that type of pattern, it is called a solid or single piece pattern. So molder has to cut the gates and the rubber. Okay. So this is regarding the first type. Then the second type, that is the split pattern. So this is also called a two-piece pattern. Now, so this is the split pattern. When the single piece pattern, when it is difficult to remove from the molding sand, then that pattern, it is divided into two parts. One part, it is placed in a drag, and another part, it is placed in a comb. That type of pattern, it is called a split pattern. So you can see here. So this is the parting line on which this pattern, it is cut. So this is the first half. This is the second half. So first half, it is placed in a drag, and second part of the second half, it is placed in a comb. So that type of pattern, it is called a split pattern, or it is also called a two-piece pattern. So this is the parting line. So you can see the model. So if you see this pattern, so while molding process, so this pattern, it is very difficult to remove from the molding sand due to these projections. Now what to do? You have to cut this pattern on a parting line. You have to make the two parts. So this is the two parts. So this is cut. This is the first half. This is the second half. One half, it is placed in a drag, and another half, it is placed in a comb. So that type of pattern, it is called a split pattern. Then the third, that is the match plate pattern. So generally match plate pattern, it is generally used in a machine molding process. So it is a split pattern with one half, it is placed over the match plate, one match plate that is required in this type of molding process. So first half, it is placed on one side of the match plate, and the other half, it is placed in a other type of the other side of the match plate, and the molding process, it is carried out. So this type of pattern, it is called a match plate pattern. So the main advantage of match plate pattern is that, so there is no necessity to cut the gates and runners, because the gates and runners that are already, it is attached with the match plate. When you withdraw that pattern from every box, the gates and runners, that will be automatically cut while the molding process. So that is regarding the match plate pattern. So in a match plate pattern, so this is the plate, that is called the match plate. Then this is the first half of the split pattern, it is attached to one side of the match plate. this is the another half of the split pattern that is attached to the other exactly opposite side of the match plate, and then by using this half you can create a cavity in a drag. After inverting this by using this half you can create a cavity in a cope, and then cope and drag is assembled and the molten metal it is poured into that cavity, and after cooling and solidification you will get the desired casting. So this is regarding the match plate pattern. So this match plate pattern generally it is used in a machine molding process. It is an automatic process. Next type of pattern it is a gated pattern. So you can see here, so these are the number of cavities. So number of small castings that you can produce by using gated pattern. So these are the loose pieces. So this is the runner, this is the gate, this runner and the gates that are attached with the patterns. Now if you see this, so this is actually two cavities or the two patterns, okay, and this is runner, you can say this is the runner of the gate, it is attached with the patterns, okay. When you withdraw this whole pattern from the molding sand, the gates and the runners that will be automatically cut, and number of castings that you can automatically produce, okay, or simultaneously produce. So these are the small cavities that is made with the help of pattern, and these are the loose pieces of the gates and the runners. So runners and the gates that are attached with the cavities. Okay, so when you withdraw this pattern from the or whole assembly from the molding box, this gate, runner as well as this number of cavities that will be automatically cut or simultaneously cut in a molding box. So a lot of time it is saved by using the gated pattern. Then next type of pattern is the sweep pattern. So it consists of a board. You can see here. So this is the board and it has a shape according to outside part of the casting. Okay, so generally it is used for the symmetrical casting of large size. So for large size of casting you cannot make the whole pattern because it will be very expensive. So for that you can make the board having the shape or its outside shape of the board that will be according to the desired shape of the casting. Then that board that is connected with one shaft, okay, and that is placed on a molding floor having the molding sand. So that axis, you can say this is the axis connected with the board, and that board it is made to rotate about its central axis. Okay, so you will get this type of cavity in a molding sand. Okay, so this is regarding the sweep pattern. So generally it is used for making a big size of symmetrical casting. That is used only for the symmetrical casting of large size. Okay, so this is a casting. This is the central axis. This is the board. That board, or it is also called that board. It is connected with the central axis. When you rotate that central axis, this board that will be get rotated, and it will form the cavity in a molding sand that is placed on a concrete floor. Okay, so this is regarding the sweep pattern. Okay, then next type of pattern that is segmental pattern. So you can make the casting by parts. Okay, so this is a pivot and this is the pattern that is generally for wheels, for producing the wheels or circular shaped parts. You can use the segmental pattern. So it consists of the pivot, okay, and at other end of that there is a pattern, and so it is just like a sweep pattern. So in a sweep pattern, about central axis you have to rotate the sweep like that. You have to rotate this pattern, but it is made that mold. It is made by parts. It is not continuous rotation of the pattern. So that pattern, for this distance you have to rotate that pattern. Then that pattern, it is lifted again by after some distance, it is again rotated in that type of casting. Okay, so this is a segmental type of pattern. So we will revise that is types of pattern. So first we have seen the solid or single piece pattern. The pattern, it is made without joint, without any parting lines, without any loose pieces. So that is a solid or single piece pattern that can be removed very easily from the molding sand. Then second type of pattern, that is a split pattern, that is two piece pattern. So when the pattern or when single piece pattern, when it is difficult to remove from the molding sand, then that pattern, it is divided into two parts. One part, it is placed in a core and another part, it is placed in a drag. So that type of pattern, it is called the split pattern or two piece pattern. Then match plate pattern. In a match plate pattern, that is a type of split pattern. Generally, it is used in a machine molding process. First half, it is attached with the one side of the plate, and another half, that is attached with the another type of the plate, and then that molding process, it is carried out. So gates and the runners, that will be automatically cut in this process. Then the gated pattern. So these are the number of cavities, number of castings that you can produce by this process. So these are the loose pieces of the runners and the gates that is attached with the number of patterns. When the whole assembly, it is lifted from the molding box or it is withdrawn from the molding box, that cavity along with the gates and runners, that will be automatically cut. Then the split pattern, this consists of the board and outside shape of the board, that will be according to the desired shape of the casting, and that board, it is made to rotate about its central axis in a molding sand. So generally it is used for the symmetrical castings of large size. So large size of cavity, that will be automatically cut. And the last one, that is a segmental pattern. So it consists of the pattern and it is not rotated continuously. So the mold, or it prepares the mold by parts, and then that after pouring the molten metal into that parts, after cooling and solidification, that parts that are connected. Okay, so that is regarding the types of pattern. Thank you.